The reason it looks like your life is in shambles and nothing seems to be working is not always necessarily because you are lazy or because you are cursed or because you are indisciplined. Majority of the time, it's because, let me not say majority of the time, from my own experience, it was because I had a lot of things in my head, a lot of things that I needed to take care of, a lot of things that were going on in my life at the same time that it was really, really difficult for me to keep up with. And then I now realized recently that if one particular thing was fixed in my life, if that one particular thing was fixed in my life, then majority of the other things in my life would automatically start fixing itself. Does that make sense? Like if I fix X thing, Y thing, Z thing, ABC thing, will start automatically start fixing themselves. And over the course of this video, I'm going to walk you through what that looks like, how to identify what that particular thing is, and go after it, and eventually every other thing will take care of itself. And so you see, the first thing you want to identify is what are these things that are disturbing your life? Um, what are these problems that you're having that feels like it's never leaves you year after year, it's still there. Now, once you've identified what those problems are, then of course you can follow a step-by-step process with this, like get a sheet of paper, write out all those problem, everything, write it all out, and then out of all those problem, identify the top five things. As if you take care of those top five things, every of those other problems will take care of itself. So for instance, let's say you have a list of 20 problems that disturbs you, that assails you, that worries you, that steals sleep from your eyes. Once you're able to list out these 20 problems, now find out five problems out of these 20 problems that if you fix it, if you focus your time in fixing it, the other 15 problem will take care of itself. Or the solution of the five problem will take care of the problem in the 15 session, whatever. Do you understand? And so once you've listed out the five things, this is where it gets interesting. Out of that five things you've listed out, identify three things that if taken care of, the other two will be easy or will take care of itself. That's the step two or step three, basically. Now, out of those three things that you've pointed out that could potentially take care of the other problems you've taken care of, identify just one. Identify just one. This is primarily how you build laser focus, right? And allow you to have headspace and allow your brain to work properly and more effectively on that particular problem or that particular project. So once you've identified that one thing, focus on solving that problem. Now let me give you a story that kind of captures the entire point. So say you want to um, travel the world, right? You've been having this dream of traveling the world. Is also kind of a problem, but you can't. That is also kind of a problem. Say you want to do your masters in whatever university, you can't access loans to actually do the master. That is also kind of part of a problem. And say you want to retire your parents because they are too old, they are fragile, they are falling sick every now and then. They are not supposed to be working at this age. That is also a problem. But if you look at all of this problem, they all have one thing in common. And what is that thing? Money. And of course, the fourth problem now is you don't have a job. That's the fourth problem. Now, they all have one thing in common: money. If you focus on trying to retire your dad, you would never retire your dad. If you focus on trying to get that student loan or trying to like get that loan to go into university or do your masters, you won't get the loan. If you focus on trying to go on that trip, you won't go on the trip. Of all these four problems that have been listed out, which of them would actually help you take care of the other three? Getting a job, making money, basically. So it is no longer a question of can I retire my dad? Can I do my masters? Can I go on this vacation? Can I travel the world? No. It's not a question of how do I make money to potentially take care of these other things. That is where your thinking cap comes on. Because now you're no longer thinking about all the other problems that worries you. You are now focused. You can now see the problem plainly for what it is. This, all of these things, is just a money problem. And how can I handle this money problem? You put on your thinking cap and you get into action. How much do I need? How much do I need to make on a month-to-month basis to achieve all of these goals? You just start making money. What works best for you? Do you already have a skill that you can monetize? Do you want to get a job and then from that job you the nest egg that will potentially fund these other things in your life? It becomes your choice, right? Again, this is just an example to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So you have your own personal problems. You have the specific things that keep you up at night. You have them. And I'm not saying they are not worthy of keeping you up at night. These are valid problems you are having, real problems. But you cannot handle all of them at the same time. It's like you work in a fire service company, whatever, and you only have like one car, one vehicle that carries water and whatnot. If there are two or three different locations that are burning at the same time, okay, that's not even a good example. That's not a good example. Um, let's see now. Okay, for lack of a better one, let's use this one. Say your house is on fire. Your house is on fire. There is money in the safe, right? Is your passport in the safe? There's a lot of properties in the house, but then there's your laptop. In your laptop has the files, the stuff that actually help you do make money. That if you lose them, you might actually lose your source of livelihood. You might actually lose your source of income. Now, you either go for the cash in the what's it called? In the save, whereby when that cash is exhausted, you have no means of making another one. Or you go for the laptop that even though you don't have cash now, you already have the means to get back your life to what it used to be, to get back your house, to buy whatever it is you need. And so by going for the laptop, you solve the cash problem, which in turn solves the house problem over time. Does that make sense? And so you need to stop looking at the problems like there are lots of it because once you're looking at all the problems, right, holistically, what it does to the mind is it doesn't allow your mind to narrow down and seek out the solution to every specific problem. When you seek out the major problem that when taking care of other problems take care of itself, you can now narrow down your focus, think clearly, act decisively on that particular problem and solve it, and then in turn start solving other problems. I hope this helps, really. I really hope this helps you. Good luck.